frozen. I've put a poll on today wanting to know whether you've given in and put the central heating on, and I've just put ours on. I had it on for an hour this morning and then I turned it off because I'm like that. Just a minute, let me dive into my cupboard and get my super duper Santa gloves. You know, I was saying about fingerless gloves. Well, I wear these in the office when I'm typing. I think I've shown you these before, haven't I? And you know, they've saved me many a cool, and so you see you can type, many a cool and frozen working session. Yesterday afternoon I put the heating on and I took all the, we've got 2 little radiators in this room, but we don't actually put them on because it gets too hot. But there's one right at the bottom of the stairs and the warmth rises up and it's lovely and toasty warm. So I've taken the towels off the radiators. I don't need to tell you who's responsible, do I? Went back downstairs. I'm sat up here working, thinking, on my own, thinking, oh, it's cold in here. Went back downstairs and Brains had put his bath towel back on the radiator just so that it could be warm. It was already dry. So here we are again. It's another Tuesday, and you missed us last week, didn't you? You missed us last week. We had a week off while we went and be naughty and disruptive and noisy, and we had a really good afternoon at the tramway. So hi to one and all. Hi to everyone. Hi to everyone that's joined us so far. Coffee says. Crispy says, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Ko-fi is open and Super Chats and Facebook group. Yes, I've still not got my new sign made. Look, for the Facebook thing, for the Facebook group. I think we're up to about 250 now. So it's where we share all our jokes and our silliness. So I've got a packed afternoon for you here. I've got a list a mile long, a list as long as my arm. Lots to tell you, lots to discuss. The tea boys are just busy for a moment. Tea boy senior has gone to put the kettle on, so I'm looking forward to that turning up. Yes, I have got an agenda, Crispy. Yes, I did like your Christmas joke, John. I've got my agenda. Hold on. Let's see the right way around. It's a printed one. I use a file on my computer called Notepad. Anybody that types a lot may know what I'm talking about. And I leave it open and I just keep popping little bits on it when I think of something, and then, because you know what my memory's like. It's like a sieve. Hi Caroline. Hi Caroline, you're one in front of me at the moment. Isaac wants a shout out. So hi to Isaac. So lots to tell you this afternoon. I've got I'm surrounded by piles of cluttery stuff to show you. So there we go. Right. So let us begin. Did I like it? Yes, John, I did like your Christmas joke. I think there's a delay between the screen as it's coming up and the thingy. Yes, cold makes it worse. Lorna's got asthma and she's suffering. Right, without any more of ado, we shall begin. And we begin today's proceedings with drum roll and fanfare. We've got two new bats. Now I'm afraid that these bats have had a little bit of a wait to join the bat map, because obviously we weren't here last week, were we? We weren't in attendance. So today we've got Adrian from Thorn and Peter from Wolverhampton. So Thorn is in Doncaster, and I know Thorn well. We used to go to Thorn quite often. There were some nice garden centres at out Thorn Way. Is that not right, T-Boy?
Yeah.
He's just going to deliver me my
Good afternoon, everybody.
tea. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, T-Boy. I'm ready for my cup of tea. My hands are absolutely freezing. So the people who've got a Brew at 2 cup are all on the Brew at 2 map. So I'm just looking, and I think we've well and truly covered Yorkshire, as you might say. It's pretty much disappeared under a sea of pins. So Adrian in Thorn, you are somewhere underneath here. So we'll put you on the map down there. And the other one is Peter from Wolverhampton. Now then, it's a shame T-Boy's not with us at the moment, because he would take the mickey out of me mercilessly, because whenever I try to do an accent, it always sounds like, it doesn't matter whether I'm trying to do Welsh, Irish, Geordie, Brummie, doesn't matter what it is, it always sounds like an Asian Brummie when I do an accent. So you'll like this, Peter, you'll like this. It's Peter from Wolverhampton. Apologies to anybody that does come from that neck of the woods, because I think that might have been the worst impression that you've ever heard in your life. Jenny says, how do you get on the map? All of the bats that have got a Brew at 2 mug are on the bat map. The link to buy the mug, I can't wiggle it about too much because it's full to the top with tea. The link to buy the mug is underneath the video in the description. And we're just a tiny, tiny little business, despite what it might look like. Doing our best for the area where we live. So everything that you buy from our online shop goes towards supporting the work that we do and keeps us online. Here comes trouble. I've just been sharing my Asian Brummie with them.
You what?
My Asian Brummie accent.
Oh, yeah.
Peter from Wolverhampton.
What was that?
Told you to take Mickey.
That was shocking.
I told you to take Mickey, didn't I? Right, let's see if we can find Wolverhampton on it.
I'm going to join for 5 minutes because I'm off soon.
Do you know where Wolverhampton is, Kevin?
Midlands.
Well, I've got...
Is it near New...
Is it sort of Staffordshire-ish?
Yeah, somewhere around there. You should have asked me.
I'm useless, aren't I?
Google.
I'm useless. Come on, T-Boy,
You're
you go.
in the middle of something quite...
Oh, he's in the middle of something quite complex. Right, I think
I'll call that going to the toilet.
Round about there. So I'm going to take a flanker and I'm going to put a pin right in the middle. Isaac wants a couple of tea. So there you go. That's the bats. Welcome to Bats, Adrian and Peter. Round of applause. Round of applause for 2 new bats.
Is our Jackie watching?
Is our Jackie watching? Are you there, Jackie? Are you with us?
Picked up a cottage this morning. It's very strong.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
Very strong.
Yeah. Can't manage a block of flats.
So, what a 2 weeks we've had. I've hardly sat down. I've had to write it all down, and apologies, I'll have to read it off my list because I never remember otherwise. Excuse me, can I just get rid of this because I've got a message at the top of the screen and it's annoying me. That's better. So,
You've got another one.
Last Tuesday, we were at the Tramway Fundraising, which is where we were talking to Jackie. I have actually met Jackie before. And we raised a whopping £602 for Cleveland's Town Centre, which I think is rather phenomenal. I think that deserves a round of applause. So I came away, if you didn't see the video, I came away with the booby prize, as packed up by my friend Brenda, of a box of rubber ducks. Now, because you'll watch Brew at 2, you will know that I have a pond where I was very, very proud of my tulle water boatman, which I've not seen for a few weeks, I'll hasten to add. So next year I shall float the ducks on the pond. I'm not putting them outside yet because they'll get all mucky over winter, and we don't want
Where do they go in winter?
What? Rubber ducks?
Ducks.
Rubber ducks or ducks?
Do they hibernate?
No.
Mm.
No.
So
I'm just waiting for something silly to
No.
come on then.
I'm just that look that you give me, that where you don't have to say anything. She said to me earlier on, we were having this dinner. She looked at my trousers and she says, "They're your best trousers, are they?"
Now tell them the rest of the story.
And then she went quiet, and I filled in the blanks, which meant, "You're not wearing them for the rest of the day. Get them changed."
Now tell them the rest of the story, Kevin, that you will only possess one pair of jeans.
One pair of good jeans.
Which you've had quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
And they're not
Brenda and Keith.
They're not in the best condition.
They're not in the best condition at all.
So, so they need cherishing and treasuring and looking after carefully and not wrecking when you're scrumming about on your hands and knees feeding Muffin.
No, they need changing when your wife goes quiet, don't they?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I got it.
So, apart from organising Kevin, we've been organising Christmas in Cleveland. So that is a whole story in itself, which I will come on to later. We've booked a stall at a Christmas fair, which I'll tell you about in a moment. So we'll be doing meets and greets. The tea boys will be there. They will both be in attendance.
I'll be
Heaven
there.
help us.
I'll be there physically.
I've been making cottages. I've got paint on my black leggings.
It's like a production line.
I've had him sanding and I've been sat painting. And
Yeah.
I've also
cutting and sanding.
I've also got a very sore wrist as well. I'll say,
Oh, I took pity on you, didn't I? Because I cut your wood and I sanded it for you,
It's
didn't
very sore. Yes, you did. I've been trying to sort cupboards out in between all this, so the house is intermittently upside down. Hopefully, somebody's going to take the...
That's like Taylor.
No. Hopefully, somebody's going to take the bag of coat hangers. We've got a very big bag of coat hangers downstairs. And I'm in a group called Buy Nothing, FYLDE COAST and Lancashire, I think it is. And the idea is that if you've got something that you don't want, you can give it to people and likewise ask for something. And the whole idea is that it's all done with goodwill and free. So it's very good, actually. We've been doing stuff in the town centre. So Kevin had ordered a roll of cork, as in cork that you use for pinballs. I'm just looking because there were some off cuts, and he said something about bringing it upstairs the other day. So we'd ordered and bought some cork, which I have to say wasn't cheap. And discovered that one roll would only do one side of the board. Oh, these are my second-hand ducks. These off the beach.
This is we're taking all kinds of rubber ducks. We're like a rubber duck sanctuary. So that one had a bit of a problem, didn't we? And we took that one in.
Yeah, we took that one in. He said a frontal lobotomy.
This one seems to have lost its plug.
He's got a plug at the top of his head. These have all come off the beach. These.
That one, at least the duck survived.
That one's in good company. It says, "Help me."
So the duck survived. I don't know about whose duck it was. That one's been bitten.
Where? Oh yeah, that one's been bitten. It's got a hole in its back.
And these two have both got a hole in the bottom.
And these have both got a hole in the bottom.
Oh, ducks need a hole in the
So
bottom.
these are my little duck collection that I've picked up off the beach. So I reckon by the time I'm
So,
dead,
yeah.
I might have a full hook of duck.
So if you've ever seen those programs on telly where their house is just full of dolls and it's a bit scary, ours is just full of ducks.
I was just telling them about the cork. So we got one roll of cork and discovered that we needed another roll of cork. So Kevin dutifully went onto Amazon and went and ordered another roll of cork. So the day after, expecting a box sort of about that big.
And no, it was
A great big heavy
similar
box turned
It was
up.
similar size.
Wait.
Oh, you're on camera. Steady.
So this great big box turns up and he says to me, "What have you bought?" I said, "I've not bought anything." He says, "Well, there's a great big box here. What's this? It's heavy." So he opened it and it was a £500 Krupp's coffee maker.
So I, being honest, sent it back. I could have got £500 instead of paying me £30. I could have got how many boxes of Coke could I have got for that?
Yeah, so the cork was 30 quid. And we got a £500, Krupp's espresso machine. It was a proper job.
Proper one.
On Saturday we went to Affinity, and you'll have seen the video, no doubt. And I invested in another joke book, so I think we'll just take time at this juncture to just take time out and just have an example out of the joke book.
Tell me a joke. I'm going to.
Why did Humpty Dumpty have a great fall?
So all the king's horses and all the king's men.
No.
Oh.
To get over his disappointing summer. That's not very funny, really.
Oh, that's an American one, isn't it?
Yeah. What hangs from the ceiling and looks like a lampshade?
Lampshade.
Lampshade.
A hippo in disguise.
What?
I think you need to take the book back. Refund.
Did you hear about the 4 men who stole a calendar?
I didn't.
They each got 3 months.
Oh.
Doctor, it took me a year to notice the time of football.
I couldn't hear that for you laughing.
Doctor, it took me a year to notice the time of football. Doctor says, you must want to kick yourself.
Oh. I wish I'd have got it first time.
They weren't joking with them. They said these little mug of shit jokes.
You see, you thought they were about our favourite subject,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I
Yes.
thought they were about our favourite subject. So
I'm
if you
slurping here like I'm at home.
you are at home, but you're just in public. So if you watched,
Have you just remembered what I've just remembered?
Oh.
Keith and Brenda, my mum and dad.
Yeah.
When we got back from Tramway.
I can't take you anywhere, you know.
We're sharing these
wild.
intimate secrets with you, you know. I hope you appreciate it.
I bet they're all completely lost.
They're
Hi, Jackie.
the one of a clue. Hi, Jackie.
Oh, we're warming up if you can tell. So while we were there, you might have seen that Kevin bought a mathematics book and I bought a physics book. We know how to live.
We're going to read them to one another. Relationships aren't what they used to be.
Oh dear. So I put a bookmark in it particularly to show you this about the chaos theory.
It's our house, though, isn't it?
Which I think was written especially for us. And the thing that I particularly liked, thinking about our swan song that we finish on every week, was the butterfly effect. Now, I've heard of the butterfly effect. I know it's something that is used widely to discuss basically just being nice and doing right by other
I
people.
think the idea's got wings.
And it was outlined by meteorologist Edward Lorenz in 1972. And while running early computer models of the weather, he found that taking the shortcut of rounding down a key variable sent his simulations in a completely different direction.
Are you bloody serious?
In other words, the flap of a butterfly's wings in the Amazon.
Are you all still awake?
Shut up. The flap of a butterfly's wings in the Amazon can give rise to a tornado in Texas.
I'm sure everybody wants to know that.
I don't think. Do you know? I think a breakdown live on YouTube might go viral.
The point
You've shown
being,
them your rubber duck collection, and now you've explained chaos theory.
the point being that
Only on Jane's channel.
if you do something nice today for Fred, in another 3 weeks, John might experience something nice as a consequence.
What, like a tornado?
Yeah.
Right. I think I've got it.
Are you following all this? It basically means that what you give out, you get back, and not necessarily in a direct route.
You could have said that, couldn't you?
I'm starting to warm up anyway. Now I'm laughing.
Dear.
Gloves will be coming off in a minute. Oh no, I'm not that warm.
Oh.
I'm not that warm. I don't need cooling down yet. So, that was that. Right, so anyway.
That was just physics, but wait till you get onto maths.
That was just physics, but that. I'm crying already. So, the stall, the meet and greet. We are taking the opportunity to have a stall on the 4th of December. I think it's the 4th. It's a Sunday.
You all right now? So I'll take my ducks back.
Yeah, put your ducks back on top of the boiler. Yeah, Sunday the 4th of December. It's at St Teresa's Church in Cleveland. And we're going to have a stall and we're going to take our Seaside Emporium stuff. And we've got some other things as well that we are intending to sell. So we'll be doing selfies and stuff. And
Kevin will be for sale.
Kevin will be for sale. to the highest bidder. If anybody would like to put a reserve in, if you just send me an email, you can have him with pleasure. So it's 2 while 5, I think. 2 while 5. Sunday the 4th of December at St Teresa's Church. So I will be sharing all the details in the fullness of time. I will have mugs. I will have cottages. I will have Christmas cards. I will have pictures. And everything on sale will be slightly discounted. Bearing in mind that we're still charging what we charged 5 years ago for our Seaside Emporium stuff.
Shall I get off then?
And I've got some colouring in books as well that will be for sale at a very bargain knockdown price. Are you going?
Shall I get off?
Yeah, bye.
I don't really need to ask you twice, do I?
Bye.
Bye, folks. I'm going to pick the car up. It's only a small car.
I don't know.
Missing you already.
Yeah, ta-ra. So, you might have also seen, while we're on the subject of crafting, etc. You mean brew at 2 cups, don't you, Connie? I think. I'll write that down. I'll make sure I've got some. Let's have a bit of paper. Back cups. Right, so while we're on the subject of crafting, did you see the vlog that I did about Mrs. Johnson's Emporium at Bond Street? She's a friend of mine, is Suzanne. She's as batty as we are. And I was in that neck of the woods, so I thought I'd just pop in. Anyway, Linda Nagel, our friend Linda, said on one of the comments that she was on a yarn diet, and it right tickled me, so I've written it down and I'm going to share it with you. She says she's on a yarn diet, and it's an Americanism for not buying any more until she uses up her stash, which I thought was quite.
Is there just that parcel going?
Yeah.
That door?
Yeah. The one that I told you to take this morning and post while you were taking
Post
the
office
car.
wouldn't have been open, would it?
Of course it would.
7:30?
7:30?
Oh yeah, I could have done it on my way back, I forgot.
Bye-bye, Kevin.
Business card. That's right, yeah. Air clip. Why have you got an air clip with you?
Do you want to just bugger off?
I do, yes. I do. You read my mind. Before I get injured.
You get halfway through a conversation and then you just get "Arrgh!" Right, so we were talking about Linda's yarn diet, weren't we? An Americanism for not buying any more until she uses up her stash. And the thing that really made me chuckle to myself, she says the stash is sable. It is above believable life expectancy. So I think we can all identify with that. I think we've all got a stash that's bigger than our available life expectancy. No, you have, haven't you, T-boy?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me.
Yep.
Tell you, this house, it's a wonder it's not sunk into a crater. So we've been. What date is Kevin going to be Santa, says Phil? 8th of December. 8th of December in Cleveland. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Oh, happy birthday. Emma's son is 60 today. Happy birthday. Well, Caroline's got a huge stash of watercolour paints. It's terrible, isn't it, when you've got an addiction to crafting things, whether it's wool or fabric or paints or pencils or whatever it is. It's just like, it's like an addiction. It's like an addiction. So anyway, we've been doing a little bit more stuffing than we perhaps ought to have done, and I don't mean sage and onion. I mean of the putting it in your mouth and eating it variety. So well, you'll have seen the venue Christmas menu video, which rhymes. As you know, that's my local, and old Jackie, she's been having a bit of a kitten because they've had the road closed. Well, it's still closed outside the venue because of the work that they're doing on the beach. So she wanted to make sure that people knew that it was open. They're open, and they've got the Christmas menu on, which is why we did that. And I have to say, it was very nice. And then last week, while I was in Blackpool, I partook of Harry Ramsden's. And I sat on one of the benches on the comedy carpet, sort of in between Ramsden's and Wetherspoons, looking at him, practically saying, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, put the baby on the paw. Because I didn't know which one to go to. So in the end, I thought, right, in for a penny, in for a pound, I'll go to Harry Ramsden's. And I have to say, I was very pleasantly surprised. It was very nice. It was on the expensive side for fish and chips, I have to say, probably about double the price that I've played in other places. But it was nice. If it had been double the price I'd paid in other places and been foul, I wouldn't have been best pleased. So I was all right. I was all right with that. But on the price alone, I don't think I'd break my neck to revisit it. But if you want a treat and you want to have the experience of going to Harry Ramsden's, yes. And I have the chipometer to do. So, you just get the blue tack. I think it's fair to say that my previous top favourite of Yorkshire fisheries is still at the top. It's still floating at the top of the leaderboard. But we've got quite a number of quite good places to eat on our board, and we've got quite a lot left to try. The chip shops I've discovered, by and large, are quite sort of hidden in places where you've got to go and search for them. So we've still got Yorkshire Fisheries at the top. And I would say Harry Ramsden's goes, well, it's food-wise, I would put it sort of there, not quite on a level to Yorkshire Fisheries, but not far off. But I would move it down on the basis of how much it is, which is a shame. So I think they'll have to all sort of go in there in a level. And the venue, value, money, portion size, etc. I think I need to take them all off and jiggle them all down a bit. But I would put that kind of there, like that. I think I'm getting a bit crushed up to the top. I'll give them a rearrange when we're finished. But yes, it's quite interesting. I mean, I've always been a bit of a funny thing when it comes to eating in places that I don't know. I'm not a big fan of being poisoned, so I do tend to be a bit cautious with my choice and keep going back to the same place I know, probably because I'm a Cancerian. But nonetheless, I have had some very nice meals in places I would never have dreamt of going in. Richard says, what about Kay's? Well, of course, Kay's is my local. So I am well acquainted with the quality of Kay's at Cleveley's Fish and Chips. Definitely up at the top with Yorkshire Fisheries. And I will be doing a vlog. I've not made my mind up yet quite how, because you see the problem is when I go into Cleveley's, the chat on here is miles behind. Goodness me. I'll have to do it off this one, so I have to keep looking sideways. When I go into Cleveley's, it always ends up being an epic production because I end up doing this and talking to everybody that I see that I know. Carol wants to know, oh, got hiccups, what's happening on the seafront at Cleveley's. Says road closed when she visited today. Yes, it is. It is closed literally just outside the venue, because they're building a new access road from Jubilee Gardens across to the beach ramp, and it's for the beach management work. So it's nothing exciting. It's just that they can't do it. It's not safe to do it while the road's open because it's too tight, too narrow, and it's on a bend. So that's all they're doing. So it's going to be closed until Christmas, and then open over the Christmas period, and then closed for a couple of weeks after Christmas. But the venue and the cafe are very open. The cafe's just being taken. The cafe's just being taken over by FBK. So that's added to their empire. I haven't actually been in and sampled anything yet, but I've had a good nosy through the window. I know Craig and Paul, and I wish them all the best. We will be visiting. And somebody had just put something on there. The comments are coming up really odd. Strange that. There's comments coming up as I'm filming from like 10 minutes ago, and then new ones next to them. How odd. Yeah, you will go through on your bike, Richard. It's open to pedestrians. It's just the actual highway that's closed, so you can go around on the seafront and come round that way still. So chips and gravy, Carol. Oh, I bet that one nice, wasn't it? I bet that one nice. It's gone now, Emma. Kevin's gone, so we can enjoy 10 minutes peace and quiet. With a bit of luck, he might go a long way round. I should finish my tea. I think I'm starting to warm up a little bit though. So anyway, as a consequence of all these fish and chips and meals and things that we've been eating, Kevin's got us, me and him, not T-Boy, jogging on the spot. So this morning, he had me stretching and twisting and doing all these to warm up, and then we did a jog on the spot. So when we finished, I dashed to the kitchen chair, sat down and went, I'm knackered. But a bit more of that and we might actually start to feel a bit better. Crispy says, have I got any scams? Yes, I have, Crispy. They're coming up shortly. I've got a few scams today. Kevin's been collecting them for me. So anyway, just before we get on to scams, did anybody watch Strictly Blackpool? I have to say, didn't it look lovely? Didn't the resort look absolutely fabulous? Just imagine how much publicity like that would have cost if you'd have had to pay for it. Millions and millions and millions. So we were watching the results show on Sunday night, which they do actually film on the Saturday. So just digressing slightly while we're on the subject, if anybody thinks excuse me, if anybody thinks that they've missed out on something because they've not managed to get into the audience, it's an epic. It's an epic. They've got you going at, I think you have to register at something like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then you go back just after lunch, and then you don't get out until something like 10:30. They don't give you any food. You're not, well, they give you I think they give you a carton of juice and a apple or something. You're not allowed to take anything in with you. You can't take any food or drink, and you're literally stuck there until they're finished. And then when the vote ends, when the telephone vote ends on Saturday night, they film the results show. So personally, I'd rather watch it on my settee, comfy. So anyway, we're watching the results show. Absolutely no idea who they were. And then all at once, T-Boy says, the lad in white with the afro wig, you know, like my afro wig. Is he the dancer? And I said, no, he's the celebrity. Voice from the other side of the room comes back to me. He's like a bloody builder. And I just cracked out laughing. I thought he was really funny. John wants to know if the trams are running over Christmas. Everything pretty much runs over Christmas, John. The only things that are usually closed, I think you might find this year that pretty much most things are open. Usually the things that are closed are the things that are really affected by the weather. So, for example, the stuff that's difficult to get to, like the rides on the end of the pier. If it's like it's been today and it's sunny and it's still weather and it's lovely and the place is rammed, I would imagine knowing the piers that they will open. I don't think they'd miss that opportunity. But if it's windy, blowing a gale, great big waves, and it's a bit dangerous, then they'll not be home. I think there are some things open on Christmas Day, Richard, but not many. And pretty much most things are going to be open because, of course, there's Christmas in Blackpool, Christmas by the Sea this year. So it's in progress now. It started last Friday and it runs until the 2nd of January. So the Starflyer's up. No, I am not going on the Starflyer. There's kids rides. There's Odyssey is fully open and in place for you to go and have a look at, those big sea creature things. So it looks really good. It looks really spectacular. I think even I might strain myself and go out at night and have a look. Which brings me neatly on to scams. Scams. So, oh goodness me, Caroline. Caroline's going on the Star Flyer. All I can say, Caroline, is that you're a braver woman than I am. You're a braver woman than I am, because
Don't have a curry beforehand.
there's no way I'd go up there. Anyway, we've got an email from Mrs. Mavis McConnor, if you can say that quickly. She won the Powerball jackpot worth $758 million. And she's granting 3 individuals $950,000 each. And actually Kevin, because it came to Kevin, is one of the 3 lucky winners. Contact me for more details at... It's about that then, $950,000. Mr. John Robinson has donated €900,000. Please reply to the email for more information. Kevin's had another one here. I don't know why they're picking on Kevin. I mean, but maybe they think he's gullible. I know you may be surprised for me to contact you, but I do so because of the war in this country. So this is obviously come from Ukraine. I am looking for a possible relation with a business partnership in your country. I will be glad to partner with you. I will give you full details when I receive your interested reply email. And that's come from Alexander Vayak. So I think that sounds more like one of the, what do you call them? Those things that, what are they called? Those...
Definitely, yeah. Mm.
That talk in a Russian accent, and they do introduction to television programs like Coronation Street. Are they... what are they called? Not gremlins. Lemmings. That's the one. That's the word I'm looking for. And then I got another one. And this is from Barrister Paul Thurston. And he is, this is a dead giveaway, this. He is a local contractor with the Lagos State Government of Nigeria. That's the oldest one in the book, that. My client was awarded a contract of $155 million by the Lagos State Government of Nigeria to build a pipeline for the Nigerian National Petroleum Company. There's a very long story. It goes on and on and on and on. And he's decided to divert $55 million to a foreigner, assisting in a reliable individual. I'm not even going to read it. Oh, and he's going to give me 40%, which is a bit of a squeeze. So I'll have to work that one out. So yes, we've got some scams to add on to our scamometer. We've not done bad really though, have we? We've done almost a year, and we've got up to 74 million. And I think there's quite a few more to add on there.
And I've not sent you mine yet.
Exactly. So make sure that if you get anything on an email or a text or a message on Facebook or anything like that, if it looks odd, please do not reply. Please. If Jane goes on the Star Flyer, I'll donate £100 to the Cleveless Fund, says Calderdale. No. Much as I love Cleveless, and leave no stone unturned to further its future niceness, goodness, improvement, whatever you want to call it, I am not doing that. So I'm going to lower the tone now. Drum roll and fanfare. Are you ready, June? Are you ready, June? It's time for toilet talk. I don't know what I did with the pool. I ought to find that really, didn't I? I think I might have thrown it away. I think it went sticky. Last week, we started this conversation with my outrageous indignation on the state of Cashel. Now, this is a new packet that's arrived this week, and I stand by last week's judgment that it's actually very poor quality. I think it's gone down the neck considerably. All right, it doesn't go into a hole, but I don't know what they've done to it, but to me that feels that feels inferior to the product that we used to get. So that was last week's complaint. So I decided to go on a safari to see what other toilet rolls compared like. So this is cheapo B&M. This one was from, and I didn't think they were bad. I didn't think they were bad at all. I didn't think they were bad at all. So that's the one that we discussed last week. So the one that we'd not actually looked at was the Nicky toilet roll. So I said to Kevin, get a packet of Nicky toilet rolls, please, when you're going home bargains, and we'll have a look at them and we'll see what we think to them. So what's he come back with? 18. 18, I ask you. Look at the size of that. That'll last him a week. I don't know. I've not even opened them. I thought I'd save them. I'd save them for you. And now my other pet aid. I don't know about you guys, but we save plastic bags like this to put our rubbish in the kitchen. And my other pet hate is when these two wallies go like that and stick the fingers straight through and then just rip it open. And it's neither use nor ornament for anything else you want to do with it. Right, let's have a look at Nicky and see what they're like. Oh, they're not bad. Now, I didn't get the price because obviously I sent Dumb and Dumber to buy it. They're not bad at all, actually. I don't think. So I think next week, they actually smell as well. Smell perfumey. Well, I didn't expect that. Oh, enriched with lotion and fragrance. I've not noticed that. And they're planting trees with the Woodland Trust. Oh, they smell lovely. I think I might need to do a proper test. I'll not share the results with you, but I think I need to do a proper test and then we'll see. I think we need to devise the toilet roll test, really, don't we? I think this could be an interesting piece of meerkats. That's the one, Mark. An interesting piece of scientific research that we could do to further the well-being of the human race. Absolutely. So, on the subject of Cleveland's, as Calderdale had just tried to bribe me to go up the Starflyer. He's not got a hope in hell's chance. He's not got a hope in hell's chance. There is, I know a lot of you are from all over the country, but there's quite a few of you that watch that are quite local, and we all love our little town. We all love our little Clevelands. So I thought I would just tell you about what's going to be happening sort of next year onwards. That's if I don't fall asleep first, because I'm very, very tired. So we've got the Christmas switch on coming up on the 8th of December. So we're putting some lights on the clocks and on the plant pots and various different things. We're having a little Cleveland's celebrate blah 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 blah. Celebrate Christmas in Cleveland's, which is beautifully alliterative but very difficult to say. So it's 2:30 on Thursday the 8th of December. T-Boy in training will be there dressed up as Santa. We will be doing a conga down the high street. There will be other interesting entertainment. And they'll be singing and all kinds of nice stuff. So that'll be a really nice afternoon. We've got a new Cleveland's Town Centre group, which is a kind of consolidation of all the existing groups, which are all working together so that we can do bigger and better stuff than we can manage on our own. We're going to be entering Cleveland's in Bloom again next year. So I actually went to a meeting after tea in the dark in the car at Poulton. So I thought I'd done really well just even managing to do that. So we're entering Cleveland's in Bloom next year. And we will be recruiting new volunteers for the new year onwards. So watch out for that. I will keep you posted. There will be lots of opportunities for people to get involved and join in. Because it's nice. It's nice to just achieve something. But it's even better to do it with a group of like-minded people and have a good laugh, act daft, be silly, and have a good time while you're doing it. And really, if you can't get that out of it, there isn't a lot of point bothering, is there? So, I think we're on to birthdays. I think we're on to birthdays. So, where's my birthday list? Where's my birthday list? If you need a birthday putting on the calendar for next year, I will transfer. I've got a new one for next year. No expense spared. I've been to the works and shelled out £1 for a new calendar. I realised this year that I need a new one every year because otherwise I get my Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays mixed up. Because you know what I'm like. So I will transfer all our regulars onto here. If you're not already on the list or you want to just double check that you are, please send me your birthdays and I will put them on for next year with pleasure. Which of course does mean that you've got to watch Brew at 2. So I have a couple of apologies to make because Terry Burkitt asked me to give a birthday shout out to his son Dean on the 15th of November, which of course was the week that we missed because we were off busy razzing at the tramway, raising money and eating cakes. So happy birthday to Dean. It was his daughter-in-law Michaela's birthday on the 16th of November as well. So apologies to both of you for missing that. And likewise to Sue Tierney, whose birthday was on the 17th of November. So happy belated birthday, Sue. I'm sorry we missed you. June's is on the 5th of March. I think I've got you on my calendar actually, June. Can you hear me? No, started to stuff up. I sound like I went to tasted or tinker. So this week it is. Now I think I've got this right. Phil Deafley, are you with us? I thought I'd seen you commenting earlier on. If I've read my notes right, I think it's Phil Deafley's birthday. See if I'm right, Phil. I think it's your birthday on the 26th of November and your twins, Reese and Ruby. Is that right? Have I got that right? I think that's what it is. I'm writing these down while you're telling me. Way! What about that then? So happy birthday. Happy birthday to Phil, Reese and Ruby. That must be a very expensive do, that must be. I can't write and talk at the same time. Oh, Dawn's 60 next year. T-Boy is a big number next year as well. And on the 27th of November, it is Peter Trevina's birthday, and he lives in Australia. What about that then? We're going to be Antipodean. I think that's the right word, isn't it? No, me, could be completely the wrong one. Completely the wrong one. So, I think that brings this week's proceedings to a close. I'll just write these down before I lose them. Right. Bang on time. Do you know, I've never got any idea how long it's going to take, and it's strange how you end up with an hour. How is Sue Redcliffe? I don't know. How is Sue Redcliffe? Where's the hour gone, says Christine? It's gone in the same place as January, February, March, April, May. This year has absolutely flown. When we were talking about this fair on the 4th of December, we're also going as well. We're going to have a very busy week. Well, very busy month in December. We're also going to see the Capricorn Singers, our friend Liz, singing on the 3rd of December at St Andrew's Church. So that will be really nice. It's a proper Christmas concert, and it's in the afternoon as well, so we won't have to go out in the dark. So I think that's it. I think that's it for today. That's it for another week. Another week bites the dust. I'll go on the skating rink, Joanne. I will definitely do that. Oh yeah, Blackpool Santa Dash is on the 4th of December. Well, I suppose if I'm at a fair, it gets me out of having to run down Blackpool prom dressed like a Santa. So that's it. That's it. That draws this week's proceedings to a close. You'll be pleased to know we're back next week. And I think my partner in hilarity will be back with me next week as well. Although I have to say it's very quiet when he does go out. Just relish the peace. So without any more of ado, we shall end this week, as is customary, with Smile by Spy Milligan. Smiling is infectious, you'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic, quick, and get the world infected. See you next week. Bye for now.